Hi, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to use your Android and iOS device camera with Ionic Framework using the ngCordova AngularJS extension set for Cordova plugins. So let's start off by creating a new project in Ionic. And I'm going to go ahead and add the Android platform to this project after navigating to it. Now this tutorial works for both iOS and Android, but because I'm using Ubuntu Linux, I will not be able to build for iOS, so I'm only adding Android. But if you're using a Mac, you can go ahead and build for iOS as well. So with that done, the first thing that we want to do is we want to go ahead and download ngCordova off of the official website. So let's navigate to that website. So you can go ahead and download it from the ngCordova website, and I'm going to include that in my write-up. So after you download the zip file, go ahead and find the ngCordova JavaScript library. We're going to go ahead and place a copy of that in our JS folder. Alright, with that added to our JS folder, let's go ahead and edit the index.html to include it in our website. So this actually needs to be added above the Cordova.js line. So let's do that. Alright, now that it's added in your index.html, we actually need to go in and add it to our app.js. And that can be done simply by going into your module and adding ngCordova. Now you've got ngCordova added to your project, which is a nice little extension set for many of the Apache Cordova plugins. In this example, we're going to go ahead and use the Cordova camera extension. So let's go ahead and add the actual camera plugin to our project. So we're going to paste that in, and it's going to add it for Android. So to actually use that, let's go ahead and create a new controller in our project. Alright, so what we did is we went ahead and we added the Cordova camera just like documented in the ngCordova website. And we're going to stay pretty close to what the website offers as far as an example. So I'm going to just go ahead and copy and paste what they have to save me a little typing. Now with that said and done, it'll actually, when we successfully use the camera, it'll actually return us the raw data in this example, because we're requesting the data URL. So let's go ahead and return that in a scope. So what this means is it's going to return image data that can be used inside of an HTML image tag. And let's go ahead and make this a little larger. Let's make it 300 by 300 pixels. And now going back to our index.html file, we're going to start adding it. Oops, and I added my control to the wrong part. And we're also going to fancy this up a bit, we're going to add a placeholder image for when there's no image taken with our camera yet. So let's go ahead and do And for just a placeholder image, there is a nice site called Placeholder, and we're just going to throw in a sample 300 by 300 image. So what's going to happen here is if our image URI is undefined, it's going to show a placeholder image, but if it's defined, we're going to go ahead and show what our defined image is. So the next thing we want to do is we want to add a button. So when we click on this button, it's going to go ahead and call the take picture scope function. It's going to set it up with all these options, and then upon success, it's going to go ahead and return it as image data that we can use. So let's save that and go back into our command line. We're going to build it. And again, if you have a Mac, you can also build it for iOS. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and install it to the simulator. And we're going to open it. And there's a problem because it didn't render correctly. So let's go back into our source code and see if we can figure out where that problem is. And I can already tell you that the problem exists right here. Yeah, looks like there's an extra set of tags there. So let's go ahead and save it and try to build it again. Shouldn't take as long to build this time. And then we're going to try to install it. And it rendered correctly this time. It's showing our placeholder image and the option to take a picture. So if I click on take picture, it's probably going to show my face on it. It's sideways because of how my simulator is set up. So we're going to take this picture. We're going to approve it, and there you go, there's a picture of me right on your screen. And just like that, you're able to use the native device camera with your Android and iOS application. And we did that with ngCordova because it's very convenient with AngularJS versus the original plugin, which is, it's still very possible to use with your Ionic Framework project. It's just not as easy. However, there's a lot of useful information here as far as options for the camera that's still valid inside the ngCordova usage. If you like this video and are interested in seeing what else I have to offer, please subscribe to my channel as well as my written weblog. Thank you.